Magandang araw muli sa inyong lahat sa isang maganda, maaliwanas at mainit na Miyerkules. Ika-3 ng Marso 2021, ito po ang iyong lingkod, Benji Chidoro. Muli ako'y nagpapasalamat sa mga subscribers natin at sa mga viewers natin na patuloy na tumatangkilik sa ating channel. Welcome po sa ating channel ang ating mga new subscribers na si Da Calieja, Tim Valdesco, Virginia Adorable, Pat Eusebio, Faisal TV, Jack Ku, Edison Bailon, Julius Manalo, Patrick Hernandez, at Enrique Tuble. Salamat din kay Felix Antonio sa pag-subscribe. I do this stock market report every day using technical and sometimes fundamental analysis. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Nag-aanyaya po ako ngayong araw na ito na samahan ninyo ako at ating tingnan ang pinaka-latest na balita tungkol sa financials ng Robinson's Land. The results of trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, March 3, 2021, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, so let's get on with our news from the business world. Robinson's Land ends 2020 with 5.3 billion profit. Robinson's Land Corporation closed 2020 with a net income of 5.26 billion. The property developer said on Tuesday without disclosing a comparative figure for the year when it exhibited resilience and agility. Amid the challenges of 2020, we adopted new ways of working and embraced a mindset of innovation to continue serving our customers. Robinson's Land President and Chief Executive Officer Frederick G. Go said in a statement, the real estate investment arm of JG Summit Holdings, Inc. previously disclosed its 2019 net income at 8.69 billion. In Tuesday's disclosure to the stock exchange, the company placed its consolidated revenues at 25.40 billion, lower by 17% compared with the level in 2019. We capitalized on new opportunities for growth and accelerated our digital transformation initiative to become more agile, Mr. Go said. The fourth quarter of last year, it said net income reached 863 million, up 20% from the third quarter, to post improvements in key operating indicators across its business units. No fourth quarter 2019 profit number was given. Or baka it meant no fourth quarter 2020 profit. Okay, for the full year 2020, Robinson's Land said its earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, or EBITDA, amounted to 13.68 billion. Its development portfolio increased by 30% to 12.26 to partly offset the 38% decline in its investment portfolio to 13.15 billion. So, kita pa rin si Robinson amidst this pandemic, and in spite of the challenges in 2020, it had a 5.3 billion profit. Okay, let me share with you the commentary of BDO Nomura on RLC's full year 2020 earnings. RLC's full year 2020 earnings missed our estimates as pandemic restrictions dragged mal revenues. The anticipated revenue recognition of its Chengdu project in fourth quarter 2020 was deferred to full year 2021. We raised our SOTP-based TP to 23 pesos. SOTP means sum of the parts valuation. And if you ask me what sum of the parts valuation is, according to Investopedia, a process of valuing a company by determining what its aggregate divisions would be worth if they were spun off or acquired by another company. So yung mga divisions niya, nakukompute ng analyst kung ano yung value niyan, and then they put it all together and come up with a target price. Yun yung SOTP or sum of the parts valuation method. So yung SOTP-based target price is 23 pesos. However, as we factor in lower borrowing cost and updated land bank values, we reiterate our buy rating on the stock given attractive valuations. Moreover, we believe concerns over the lingering weakness in mall revenues have largely been priced in by the market, as RLC is currently down 7% year-to-date versus the Philippine Composite Index at 6+%. while RLC's strong financial position is overlooked. The upcoming REIT offering sometime in fourth quarter 2020 would allow RLC to recycle its capital to support capex spending growth. So that's our news for today on RLC with a commentary from BDO Nomura. Okay, so now let's take a look at what happened to our PSE index. The PSEI gained 23.22 points, not much, but it is a gain. It ended at 6942.26. That's 0.34% higher than the previous close. As for the market activity, 125 companies declined, 101 advanced, while 40 remained unchanged. As for the sectoral indices, the all-share index gained 16% or 6.84 points, while the sectoral indices, the financials and the holding companies were in the green, while the industrials, mining, properties, and services were in the red. The gainers, the sectoral gainer was led by the holding companies at 0.73%, while the decliner was led by mining at 0.76%. Now let's go to the most active stocks. So we will be reviewing the following: AR, BETO, PHA, APL, BDO, BSC, ICT, TEL, ACEN, and SM. By the way, guys, if you have stocks in mind that you wish me to review, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize them. So let's get on to our review of the most active stocks. Let's take a look at AR. Okay, AR declined by a very small decline actually. It's 0.0008 centavos. That's what the first indicators. It ended with a gap up, but sellers overpowered buyers and it closed lower. So it opened at 0.0057. Menus kaya itong si AR. So there was an inquiry to the unusual price movement. I don't know what's happening to AR. So probably it's a news on mining, but we don't know that. There is no news here. So AR had a red candlestick today. It had a green candlestick previously and looks like a breakout, but it had profit taking today and probably nagpapahinga lang yung stock. Usually kasi after a significant rise on the stock, nagkakaroon ng consolidation. Sometimes it's one day, sometimes it's a couple of days, or sometimes it takes 2 weeks before it moves up or down. So this time, ito ay nag-profit taking siya, but it ended with a gap up, lower by 14.81%. So I would say that wait and see muna tayo dito kay AR before we conclude where the stock is going. Generally, to me, the candlestick looks moving sideways, but that remains to be seen in the next few days. In the meantime, the nearest resistance that I see would be here at 0.0076 centavos, and support as resistance. The support is at 0.0033. Okay, after AR, let's take a look at BETO. BETO magalaw to kanina eh. It reached a low. I was watching the market kasi. It reached the low as 1450. Nisip ko bibili ako sa 1460. Hindi ko na napantayan. Anyway, naging 1572, nag-recover siya from previous day. So, it's just, bearish to moving sideways. The RSI is bullish at 53. So, if you'll notice, yung kanyang candlestick, it's a green, red, and then another green. So, just a recovery from yesterday's, generally moving sideways. Sideways to bearish, generally siya. Or sideways ang kanyang movement. In the meantime, ang kanyang nearest support, let's put it here at ito, 1430 to 1433 is the nearest support. And the nearest resistance, nandito siya sa 1844. So, yung RSI natin exhibited a bullish trend at 53 from yesterday's 48. After BETO, let's take a look at PHA. Okay, PHA ended in the red. It had a gap up, but bumaba siya, closed below the opening price of 322. So let's check the material information. Merong material information dito. Results of the special board meeting. Wala siya. Generally, the stock is moving upwards because our indicators are below the candlestick. The yellow pink, and the black representing the 20, 50, and 100-day exponential moving averages. RSI is also bullish at 57. So generally moving upwards, and I would place our resistance at EMA 20. That's 279 to 280 would be our nearest support. The nearest resistance, ilagay natin dito sa 325 to 330, yung nearest resistance. Okay, and then APL. Okay, APL had a green candlestick, although it's just a short one, 6.43%, a modest increase. So above the candlestick, generally moving sideways ang stock, no? So if we will draw, for instance, a Narvas box, for example. Ito yung general movement niya. So it's moving sideways with the upper level, which is our resistance at 29 centavos to 30 centavos, while our support is at 19.9 centavos to 20 centavos, our nearest support. So generally moving sideways, but our RSI is bullish at 55. So sideways to bullish ang kanyang movement. And then BDO. Okay, BDO had a red candlestick today. It's a hammer. No, it's not a hammer. Anyway, it's the body of the candlestick is short with a long wick, downward wick. It's still above our indicators, which is still a bullish movement on the stock in spite of the red candlestick today. So the nearest resistance is here, 113. Yeah, 113.40. The nearest support, let's place at EMA 50 or EMA 100 at 104. 103 to 104 is the nearest resistance. In general, bullish ang stock, and if you want to get in, just compute your risk-reward ratio. Kailangan kasi bibili kayo dito sa mas mababa, kasi kung dito na sa medyo mataas, hindi kayo makaka-achieve ng 1:2 risk-reward ratio. So ito, obserbahan nyo muna yung stock, no? Kung gusto nyo bumili, dapat nasa 103 to 100 kayo bibili para yung maganda yung risk-reward ratio nyo pag nag-exit kayo dito sa 113 to 115. Okay, next, BSC. Okay, yung first four stocks, yan yung mga second liners eh. So, pumasok lang ang first liner si BDO as number 5. So, BSE is another second liner. Oops, moving sideways din to. In general, it's moving sideways. If we'll draw a Darvas box, dyan lang siya. No? So, 134 yung nearest resistance and 95 centavos yung nearest support. So, obserbahan lang natin yung stock, ano? Let's see yung SNR ni Investa. So, halos pareho lang. Halos malapit lang yung estimates natin. So 134 is the nearest resistance, 95 centavos is the nearest support. Now, when I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, not areas. So, nagko-consolidate lang yung stock. Next, after BSC, ICT. Pumasok si ICT. Mukhang bullish ulit si ICT. Okay, ICT, ended in the red. Let's see. Analysis briefing. Okay, so ICT is in the red, and visually it looks like it's moving sideways visually because our candlesticks or our indicators are just piercing through. But our RSI is bearish, no, at 46.38. An RSI between 30 and 50 is bearish. An RSI above 50 to 70 is bullish. So kung nasa 50 siya, malamang neither bullish nor bearish, so sideways. So nasa sideways area siya. Okay, so that's for ICT. And ICT naman is a good stock. I have ICT in my portfolio and my target price is 135. Okay, next, let's take a look at TEL. Okay, TEL opened higher, pero it ended 9 points lower than the previous close. So, I think nasa support area na siya. Tingnan natin yung support. Yes, support area na to. So, if we'll draw a support area, yan yung support area ni TEL. Okay. So, nasa support area, yung 1291. No? So, kung gusto nyong bumili, let's see. The stock is at 37. The stock is bearish and close to oversold. Let's take a look at the stochastics. Uy, magandang bumili, no? Merong buy signals sa stochastics dito because it's merong crossover and it's below the 30 level, indicating an oversold level. Kung ito yung indicator ninyo, it is a buy signal. And 2, it already reached its support level. The RSI is also bearish at 37. No, so, I also use stochastics from time to time. So, tingnan natin yung DMI. Kung DMI is sideways movement, it's 42. So, bearish si DMI. So, actually, since this is the support area, magandang bumili dito. And, mind you, yung February, March, and April, lalabas na yung mga financials ng mga kumpanya, no? And ang inaantay dito is PLDT. Because PLDT, ang anticipation dyan is that hindi malulugi yan. Maaring bumagsak siguro yung kanyang income, pero not much. Kasi it has been doing well during the pandemic. So that's for PLDT. So bearish pa rin yung kanyang movement, although I see a possible upswing because of the stochastics. The stochastics kasi is merong buy signal siya dito, no? Kasi nag-crossover yung blue over the red line. Okay, so that's for PLDT. By the way, ang kanyang support level is nasa 1290 to 1291. Then ACEN. Okay, ACEN. Okay, still moving sideways si ACEN. No? Generally moving sideways. Mukhang nagpi-pierce through na yung candlesticks dito. Our RSI is 48, which is a bearish indicator, pero bearish to sideways actually yung movement ng stock. So, resistance niya, lagay natin dito sa 596. Support niya, pinakamalapit dito at 818. So, sideways lang ang movement ni ACEN. Finally, we have SM. Okay, SM. Recovered today. It had a hammer. So, it is up 11 points, not much. So, generally, it's still moving sideways. Our RSI is borderline, 52.96. Bullish to sideways ang kanyang movement. And support area, sige, lagyan natin yung support natin dito. At, okay, EMA 100, 1013 ang kanyang support. Resistance niya, pwede nating i-plot dito sa 1078, yung nearest resistance ni SM. Generally, moving sideways. Yan po ang ating stock market report ngayong araw, March 3, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, mag-ingat sa scam. If it's too good to be true, it is false. Joke lang. It's not true. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. See you again in our next episode. Stay safe and God bless. Bye for now.